We did it, boys, we hit 500 subs and we are now halfway on the goal to 1k. And although I could go on for like an hour about how grateful I am to everyone who was subbed and watched my videos, I don't imagine that would be awfully fun to watch. So instead, how about a Q&A? All these questions were asked by my lovely followers on Twitter, so if you want to be involved in any future Q&As, then make sure to follow my Twitter at SethTheS. Anyway, enough self-promotion, let's get down to answering some questions. Heavenly Weeb asks, what is your favourite anime genre, favourite anime, favourite manga, favourite male character, favourite female character, and most importantly, why is Overlord not the greatest isekai of all time? My favourite genre is a hard question to answer, as although my gut would immediately say Battle Shonen, I'm a massive fan of romance and slice of life as well, so I'm going to cheat and just say Shonen as a whole, and then I can count battle comedy and sports anime all in one genre. My favourite anime is Hunter, which, Heavenly Weeb, you definitely already know that, and my favourite manga is Berserk. My favourite male character and my favourite fictional character altogether is Sakata Gintoki from Gintama, and my favourite female character is Megumin from Konosuba. Go watch my video on her if you haven't already. And of course the most important question, why is Overlord not the greatest isekai of all time? And there is a good reason for that, because Konosuba exists and no isekai will ever surpass it. Good old Pixel Poxel Poxel asks, domestic girlfriend video 2 when? First of all, my first domestic girlfriend video is a masterpiece, so I'm not sure I could ever make a follow-up that lives up to it. But on a serious note, probably not anytime soon. I think my first video really got across my point, so until season 2 comes out or I read the manga, I probably won't make another video on the subject, but never say never. Tyler Doe asks, what is your ultimate goal on YouTube? Great question, Tyler. I think all YouTubers want a lot of subs, and I am no different. I don't honestly think I'd ever make it to something like 1 million. But I think my ultimate goal, which would really make my day whenever it happens, is to get to 100k. That for me would be mind blowing, so if I have a final goal on YouTube, it's probably to get 100k, however far off that sounds. My boy Shonen OG asks, which One Piece arc is your favourite? This is another hard question, as there is so many arcs in One Piece I love. Enies Lobby, Impel Down, Skypiea, Whole Cake, Baratie, Romance Dawn, Shabadi. They're all definitely up there, and to an extent Wano is as well. But my all-time favourite arc in One Piece has got to be Marineford, and although that's a very generic pick, I do have reasons. The main reason I hold it above other arcs is due to, number 1, Whitebeard, one of the greatest characters in all of One Piece, and 2, for the development and loss Luffy goes through. There's definitely issues with the arc, and it is just a lot of fighting, but even so it's probably my favourite arc in One Piece, though that could obviously change in the future. Adimplore asks, what are some good characters in anime that you don't really like? I'm assuming by good characters you mean ones that are generally by consensus well written and popular, and if not, I'm just being an idiot. But I would have to say maybe Ed from FMA, I like him a lot, but I would never put him up as the greatest of all time or anything, and I don't understand why so many people think he's one of the best characters ever or anything. Or maybe Trunks from Dragon Ball, as I don't see why he's so popular considering he does nothing. But that really was a tricky question to answer. Sakura asks, what are your top 5 anime antagonists? Okay, this changes a lot like day to day, but at the moment I would go from 5th to 1st, Kumigawa Misogi from Madoka Box, Yoshikage Kira from JoJo's, Takasaki from Gintama, Maruon from Hunter, and Crollo from Hunter, with honourable mentions to Johan from Monster, Gilgamesh from Fate Zero, Griffith from Berserk, and Hisoka from Hunter. Meta and Otaku Dreams both ask, what was the first anime you watched? Technically I guess it was either Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugo, Pokemon or Beyblade, but I don't really count them, as with the exception of Yu-Gi-Oh, I've not rewatched them since getting into anime. So if we are talking the first anime I've watched when I knew it was anime, that would be Dragon Ball Z. Alexander is such a nerd asks, what got you into anime, what manga or manhwa would you recommend, and what is your favourite pastry? As I said a minute ago, Dragon Ball Z was my first anime, but the reason I watched it is kind of a funny story, as my friend showed me a clip of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and then I thought it was funny, so I watched the whole thing, and then when I got to the last episode of the Abridged, I went on to the actual series, and then finished Dragon Ball Z, and that's how my life as a weeb began. Compared to the amount of anime I've watched, I have not read too much manga and manhwa, but I have still read a fair few. So if I recommend one I've read, I'm not going to recommend anything super popular, so let's think Sket Dance, Toriko, My Wife is Gatsumi-san, they're all great. But my main recommendation would be Madoka Box, as it's one of the most slept on series in general, especially considering it's from Shonen Jump. Oh, and my favourite pastry is a cinnamon swirl, absolutely delectable. And lastly from EvanX7, what drives you to create videos? Another excellent question from Evan. There are two main reasons why I make videos. First is to get my opinions out into the world, and second is to start a discussion, which is why comments are like my favourite part of being a content creator. So in short, I like sharing my opinion, and starting a discussion is really that simple. So that's all the questions, and thank you not only to everyone who asked a question and made this video possible, but also to everyone who has subscribed and watched my videos. The immediate goal is 1000 subscribers, and for that milestone I have something special planned, so look forward to it whenever it happens. I won't bother with any plugs, and all I will say is just thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping my dream come true of becoming a YouTuber. So with all that said and done, I have been Seth the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, now 500 subs strong, and I'll be signing out. Stay safe everyone.